She needs to not wear her underwear
That's
public.
that's I think that's actually Japan's like one of their school uniforms for like PE class.
All right, we're back with Katawa Shoujo. Joe's
Oh,
here. Joe's here. You can check out his Twitch or YouTube, abandoned YouTube,
I'll start uploading again at some point.
in the description below if you want more.
Nice.
Also,
Subscribe
I
to
have.
me. I guess.
What's that?
I said subscribe to me, and maybe I'll upload one day.
Yeah, you're taking a chance.
Yep.
I also have information like my social medias down there too. If you want to watch, if you want to see me do nothing.
You upload pictures of your cats sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's been a while.
To be fair, I've followed a lot of people just because they upload cat pictures.
I try to, but I forget that those things exist. To be honest.
Your cats?
No, not the cats. I forget that this social media stuff exists.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll go like, oh yeah, Instagram's a thing. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of the fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away with that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing on my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempt from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd ordered some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. Can't use them for anything for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way, a bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead any minute.
Oh, thank God we didn't find. I thought we were gonna like run into what's his face, Kenji.
Oh, okay. That's always a risk.
Yeah, whenever we're in our room, I'm just like, let's just never leave because Kenji might be there.
I can't go out. Kenji might be there.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
huddled in your room.
Kenji might start talking about the feminist agenda again. I just can't handle that right now.
I can't take it anymore. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic leg girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely, like a half mechanical gazelle.
I think it was lively. Lively.
Lively?
Yeah, because I know that there's this word called lithe, which is like. Let me double check this before I get it wrong. Thin and graceful.
Like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Also, what the hell's a gazelle?
What do you mean? It's like an antelope.
I know I've heard of gazelles before, but I'm trying to picture one and I have no idea.
It kind of looks like a weird deer with antlers. Like pointy antlers. Like it looks closer to a ram. but instead of like having the curly horns, they're like pointy.
Can people post pictures in the chat on YouTube? I don't know. If they can post a picture of it, I'll probably look one up.
They can do links. They can send you a link to a picture. Yeah.
Okay. Link me to a picture of a gazelle, because I'll forget to look one up after this. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. Wonder what reasons she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over.
Good morning. Your name is Sasao, right?
It says twin tails girl. I guess that's because
her name.
I guess that's because he said he can't remember her name.
Yeah.
She needs to not wear her underwear.
That's
public.
That's I think that's actually Japan's like one of their school uniforms for like PE class.
It's underwear.
It's underwear.
She grins.
They're incredibly short shorts. Honestly, she's dressed more than some of the people out here in summer.
They're not even shorts, though. I know what shorts look like.
It's a bikini bottom.
Yeah, it could be a bikini bottom. So
that's acceptable to wear outside.
It's never mind. Should get on. She grins, seemingly pleased that she remembered my name.
You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday.
I remember. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling.
Yeah, sorry about that. Again.
Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine.
Great.
Not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about is actually you?
That's right.
She seems to be the only one out here. The only other one out here, so...
Yeah.
Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest.
What? Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy?
He's also like the only character that that is an option to talk to that also happens to be like in the, I guess it's track or whatever.
Yeah.
Track class. So it was pretty easy to decipher like who they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty obvious.
Did you say this?
I have said this, yes.
Okay. No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you're here to do exactly that.
No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I'd seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track.
Messy-haired? So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose.
Training.
What?
Track.
There's more than one thing that you do in track. Oh, I see. You're on the track team then. I was on the track team. Emmy nods enthusiastically.
I'm one of the better runners too.
Ran the 40. And Mara's about it too.
Hey, you should join up.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's good exercise, you know. I know running is good exercise. I get out of breath so fast. I want to die every time I go jogging or running. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, in track, for training for track, they had this exercise where you put on it was basically like a parachute that would give you like resistance as you run to make
that sounds awful.
To make it make you work harder, I guess. And they put me up against another guy, and I had like the heavier one. There's like two different sizes of parachutes. I had like the heavier one, and he had the lighter one, and I beat him with that. And then we switched, and I had the lighter one, and I was so tired. I lost.
Yeah, I knew where that story was going. It's like I beat him. It's like, oh no, it's the second time.
Yeah,
he's tired.
I was pretty good, but I was exhausted too easily. That was my problem. And then this may not be very interesting, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Because we're talking about track. I usually do like the 40.
Yeah.
And they one day they were like, oh, we don't have anybody to. I forget what it's like the mile or whatever it is. But we don't have anybody to run the mile. Can you go in? And I'm like, okay, sure. And I took off running as fast as I could. Not really pacing myself.
Right.
And I ran like quarter of the way and then got exhausted. And I fell way behind. I was so stupid. I'd never trained for the mile before.
Yeah, so it's just like, why is no one like running as fast as they can?
Yeah. Everybody's like taking off slowly. I'm like, what's going on? You're supposed to run as fast as we can, right? I don't know. I wasn't too smart.
And
I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. No, I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true, I never even really got that much into soccer. Played soccer, too. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only question I ever played. The only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning.
I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. Oh god, we're starting to sound like Kenji. We're not into organizations.
Only organized crime.
But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh?
What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased.
Are you going to warm up?
I gotta say, she's like the most enthusiastic person we've met.
Yeah.
Real men don't warm up.
Oh no, you should always warm. I mixed up the. Brain reads too fast. Oh
Yeah.
no, you should. You always should warm up. Bad as it sounds.
She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer.
I hate warming up too.
Wink, winky face. She laughs suddenly.
Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs.
She just bounces.
Yeah.
She has an advantage over anyone that doesn't have legs. Because she has like springs. It's maybe like controversial or something.
I was thinking the same thing as you. I was just like, is it wrong to say that I feel like she has an advantage? Because like some of We have more muscles to get tired than she does, was my thinking.
But the things that I've seen that she has attached to her legs, kind of like
They're bouncy.
bouncy. Yeah, like she just bounced. So
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments. Tell me
Yes.
how horrible I am for thinking this, but I think she has an advantage.
Well, actually, this has come up before. I knew some people that were really into like sports and stuff, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're trying to actually separate like the people with prosthetics because they were smoking all the people with the regular old human legs." So I don't think that you're in the wrong. So if I'm remembering this properly, I believe this has actually been a point of topic before.
It's something to discuss, anyways.
Yeah.
As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passive impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic.
Let's go.
We both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Well, you don't train at all, then you're not going to be good at something. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. Ooh. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Nothing? Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor.
Finished already?
I hang my head ruefully. Heh, yeah. Not very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling.
Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time, you just have to try and hold out longer, then longer, then longer, and eventually you'll be great.
I'll keep that in mind.
That is how exercise works.
Yeah. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Wow, that was short. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Unconcernedly?
I've got plenty of time.
Let's see, she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug.
Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hassan.
Yeah, see ya. Not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice at least to feel that I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I have to try to keep this up. Head back to the dorms to wash and change in my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long hot shower. I'm gonna stop there. Sounds like a good spot to me.
Yeah, we got through the track thing.
Got through the whole track thing, even though I talked a bunch about track. Okay. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.